Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Zillion Frogs, and this is part 2 of the Build King, aka Landfill review. This time we're going to take a look at the last two of the team. This is Hightower and Grimlock, otherwise known in their weird Japanese names. I believe it's Build Cyclone for Hightower, and then Build Hurricane for Grimlock. Could be wrong on that. I don't like those names too much. I prefer the English ones. So, yeah. These are the last two of the build team from Transformers RID or Car Robots if you're from Japan. And I enjoy them. I don't like them as much as Wedge and Heavy Load, but I still enjoy them. So we're first going to take a look at Hightower, mostly just because there's really nothing much else to say. It's Heavy Load. Now, oddly enough, it's the same engineering and the same shaping as Heavy Load, but they don't actually really share much of the same mold. If I bring Heavy Load back in and bring them side by side, you can see that the legs and the side of the legs and the side of the arms are actually different. There's a lot more blocky, a lot more very geometrically shaped over in Hightower than Heavy Load. Fronts are different, then of course backs are pretty much identical, but yeah. Of course, the biggest thing, paint scheme, which I love the red here, and I don't know if it's just for the Build King because it's the Japanese version, but it's like a shinier red, if you can kind of see, probably not on camera, but it's a nice, like, kind of shinier red, which is really cool. Crane top is also really nice. Of course, you got the cockpit here, move up and down in the crane. Sadly, no telescoping, but there is a gimmick involved, which I'm not going to show you this review, because I think it works better, and it looks, it's probably meant for Landfill or Build King, so I'll show it in that final review. But yeah, other than that, it's really nothing much else to say. I mean, great paintwork and sculpt work as always. He does have these, because he is a crane, it does have these stoppers in the front they can flip out, just so that, you know, he doesn't roll when he's lifting the crane, even though it does still roll. But I still enjoy that there. As to the playability, if you just wanted to use these guys as construction equipment, which honestly you absolutely could. But yeah, here we have Grimlock, which honestly I think in terms of alt mode, he's actually, I think, one of the better ones. Him and Wedge, at least in terms of alt mode, are really nice. Of course, Grimlock, this Grimlock's a little different. Does not turn into a giant T-Rex. Sad, I know. He does turn into an excavator, which, again, colors, I love the dark green. I love, like, kind of the lime green. It's a nice contrast. It looks really good for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure they used this color scheme for Grimlock for RID 2015 Grimlock. I mean, they're pretty identical. It has the green, which is only on this guy, and the RD 2015. So I can only imagine that they took the green off this guy and used it for him. I don't know. I don't know if they confirmed that or what. I'll have to go check, like, TF Wiki or something. But as you can see, fully articulated excavator bucket. It can't reach all the way to the ground, but that's okay. You can still pretend. Also really nice. But yeah, I mean, you can also rotate the cockpit 360, so it's actually really good for play and realism. Casters, again, these ones don't roll as much because he has a problem with the treads, that they don't really line up. You can see there's like the big crack here, so, and they still move quite a bit even when they're collapsed. Oh well, so sad. I have them in the combine mode much anyway, so it doesn't really affect me too much. But yeah, good alt mode. So both great alt modes as usual for car robots. So let's just get them transformed. We're gonna start off with Hightower, just because it's pretty much the same except for the cardinal sin of you got a parts form. So yeah, you have to take the whole crane assembly off to actually transform it. Oh well, I don't really care, but I know some people do. So if that's a turnoff for you, just don't buy the figure. But it's pretty much the same as heavy load. You know, flip out the feet, split the legs and fold them down. Mine, that one is super tough to get out on my copy. I do not know why, but flip out fists, put out there, collapse the legs like that, and then we're gonna take the crane assembly back. First, it was actually really fun. I really enjoy this. Lift up the cockpit, it's open cockpit. It actually has his little gun in there for storage, which I really enjoy. Close that up. Now we're gonna take this peg and we're gonna plug it into this hole on the combiner port. And you don't have to put it all the way in, just like I do it halfway, and then we're gonna take this gray section, we're gonna fold it down all the way, and that holds the head like that. Just gonna give him this gun and put him off to the side so we can work on this guy. Now, I liked Grimlock's alternate mode. Excavator mode, great, fantastic. This is where it starts to get really weird. I mean, he overall is like the weakest link out of all of these guys. And you're gonna see soon enough. So first thing we're gonna do is take off the excavator head, or bucket, hand, claw, that thing. Next, we're gonna take the cockpit and engine and rotate it all the way around so that we can see these little green kind of fillers, gap fillers, I guess, out. Next, we're gonna flip up the combine port and then rotate and rotate again so that we can get the peg facing out like that, or the peg hole facing out. That'll come into play later. Now we're gonna take the treads and then unpeg them all the way. They're on these like armatures, so I'm gonna fold that all the way like that, and then gonna make sure to fold these all the way down like so. I just like to rotate these. They're on hinges, so we're gonna fold them down like that, and then kind of just collapse it. I don't know how to explain it. Just kind of collapse it all together like so. So it looks like that from the back end. So it's basically just one big panel that we just, you know, folded up into his pelvis, essentially. Now we're just gonna slide out the knees. We're gonna rotate so that the ball joints are inside the knee position like that, so that they can bend backwards with the combiner. And then fold these out like so. Come to the top, fold up these panels, flip out the head like so, unpeg, get that focus, unpeg the top, and then before we fold all that out, we're going to take the arms and fold them out from there, and flip out the claws, because they're not hands, they're just claws, and then fold up the panels like that, and then fold them all the way out. And then what I like to do is take the bucket, and then while we put the peg hole out, it'll fold up like that. I can fold it forward. And here you have Grimlock. And like Wedge, he does not have heels. And for how heavy this thing can be, and I need to like fold it all the way forward like that, like all the way forward, just like counteract just the balance and property that he has, which is so much fun. Not really, it sucks, but here we have Hightower and Grimlock in robot mode. Now Hightower is really nothing much else to say other than I like the red, I like the paint apps. His head sculpt, really stern. He's like the very serious one that always wears shades on the site. You can never understand that guy, you know? But yeah, other than that, he's pretty much the same as Heavy Load. I mean, same look, essentially, same engineering, same articulation. I'm not gonna really go through that again. They're the same. So if you like Heavy Load, you're gonna like Hightower. If you like Hightower, you're probably gonna like Heavy Load. There it is. So we're just gonna put it off to the side, and we're gonna take a look at main look at this weirdo. Now, Grimlock. He's a weird one. It's not exactly good and weird, but he's weird. First off, I mean, the articulation, forget about it. I mean, he has ball joints in the hips and in the knees, and he does have a swivel here, but the way his arms are and how the pelvis is constructed, you're not going to get anything out of him. Plus, no heels. I stand him still. I hope nothing blows him over. But other than that, he looks alright. His colors, again, look great. You get this extra painting. Focus. You get this extra painting over on the chest. You get some extra more green, like that. He does have a gimmick in his excavator bucket, where if you see this little thing right here inside the main body, if you unpeg it, it's spring loaded and it has a little claw, so you can grab things. Get the double target master from Spinister. Kind of hold on to it. It's really weak, but if you want to grab stuff with the claw, you can, I guess. But yeah, just gonna put that back on. Head sculpt. Honestly, I really enjoyed the head sculpt. I love how they incorporated like the bucket look of it, like the nice orange kind of visor. But other than that, he just looks weird. His arms basically unposable. I mean, you get a swivel around like that, but the way the elbows are, I mean, you rather have them straight down, kind of forward, or if you want to use it, you can go for like the old like 1850s boxing pose. And, you know, the good old come here boy, you know, rally him up pose, but which is kind of fun. But other than that, you can't really do much with him. I mean, he's not good to handle. He's really fiddly, especially in the pelvis, so he can't really stand. Can't really do much. So that's Grimlock. I mean, he works well with the rest of the team, especially in alternate mode. Love his excavator mode. And he works well in the combine mode. But as his own figure with his robot mode, it's the weakest link. I wouldn't recommend him on his own. But overall, as a set, I mean, these two are, again, pretty nice. Again, I don't like them as much as Wedge and Heavy Load, but they're still decent figures. And, I mean, given the rest of the team, these guys fit in perfectly. I mean, so I would recommend you pick these up. Really only pick Grimlock up, though, if you want the whole combiner experience. And speaking of combiner experience, that is going to happen next review. And that should come out either immediately after this one or just a couple, like a day after. So you can see the whole thing right there when that video is posted up. So as always, I am Zillion Frogs, asking you to subscribe so you don't miss out on the final review, and I'll catch you guys next time.